Well, that was something. Dolly is directed by Rob Blackhurst and stars Fabianne Therese and the man Stifler himself, Seann William Scott. In the film, it follows a couple backpacking through the woods, Macy and Chase, as they encounter a weird entity known as Dolly. Little do they know, Dolly is intent on turning them both into her real-life dolls. If I stayed up all night, poured my blood, sweat, and tears into this, I could possibly stretch that description one more sentence, because ain't shit happening in this movie. I've talked so many times on this channel about proof of concept horror films. This is probably the most glaring example of that I have talked about yet. This movie was 90 minutes long, yet it felt like 9 hours. This should have been a short film. It should have been a 5, 10, hell, 15 minutes if I'm feeling spicy and you buy me dinner. I could humor the idea of a short film for this movie. So let's talk about the one thing I actually enjoyed here. I love the way this movie looks. You took the title off of this, you took the year off of this, you could convince somebody easily this movie took place during like that Texas Chainsaw era. The grainy aesthetic on film, it really is a throwback homage to like grindhouse horror. So I was really digging it. I walked into it and was like, oh shit, am I gonna have a hidden gem to tell the guys about? Let me tell you, when I walked out, not how I felt. To summarize this movie, it's like when you doom scroll Tubi at 2 a.m. in the morning, you can't decide on what to watch. You're on page 18 of the horror section, next, and you go, fuck it. Movie starts off, you're following this couple in the woods up until the point they encounter Dolly, in which this movie falls off a cliff. You're probably thinking, okay, a lot of movies start off good. Who cares about how it ends? No, they meet Dolly about 5 minutes into the film, so yeah, that's about all you get before this movie craters. At which point you are introduced to what this movie actually is. A giant proof of concept for Dolly the villain, the practical effects of this film, and the visual cinematography pairing it all together. Because there's no central narrative to this film, it's doing that thing way too many movies do nowadays, using chapter cards to push the movie along. Chapter 1, mother. Chapter 2, daughter. Chapter 3, home. Chapter 4, I fell asleep. I don't know if it's just me. I used to find that to be creative and artistic, but now I cannot stand it. It feels so damn lazy. There are some pretty gnarly kills and practical effects in this film if that's all you're here for, especially my boy Seann William Scott. He's rocking it for the majority of this film, but it never really feels like it comes together. You're just watching a bunch of compilated scenes of shock value between Dolly and his character and all of it coming together just because they have chapter ideas once again that flash to black, but they don't actually have a story to push all of it together. Going back to Dolly, I cannot stand that character. Can somebody get that bitch a BiPAP? Every scene with this thing on screen is like a giant compilation of Michael Myers highlights of him just breathing into the mic. It's something between a crying husky and when you stub your toe on the corner of a desk. It was insufferable. At like a 2 out of 10 volume from the beginning of the film until the end of the film. It never stops. I will hear it in my sleep. I had a pretty wild journey watching this film. I started off thinking it was pretty effective. About the 20-minute mark or so, I thought it was pretty redundant. It was so ridiculous. All it had to offer was shock. So one final time, if you come to horror movies for graphic violence, practical effects, pure shock value, there might be something here for you. Because although never fully explained, I would assume that was the implication of watching this giant creature breastfeed another grown adult. Not really my thing, but we all have our own preferences. I could not stand this film. Dolly was dog shit. How's that for fitting alliteration? If you checked out Dolly, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do you think this movie was innovative or an absolute slog like I did? As always, like, comment, subscribe, hype the video, join the channel down below. I will see you in my next review. Peace.